Welcome to Season 1, Spring Asana. This is week 1, and I want to start with a little introduction. Usually we'll start right into the poses, but this time I'm going to explain 2 really important concepts. Why we do yoga? For nervous system regulation. That's the way Patanjali explains it in the Yoga Sutras, and that's what I practice and what has helped me. The other thing I want to talk about is the sutras give very specific directions for how to practice yoga. The very first word that Patanjali writes about how to practice yoga is ahimsa, which means no harm. And so throughout every practice you do with me, I want you to keep in the front of your mind, yoga doesn't hurt. Don't hurt yourself. If you feel pain, please stop. And leave comments or send me a message and we can talk about modifications you might want. But just promise me that you'll stop before anything hurts. The tool that Patanjali uses to regulate the nervous system is breath that leads into a meditative state. So we're going to talk about breath from the very beginning. You need to be aware that your whole body breathes. Not just your nose and your lungs, your whole body breathes. And so we do asana to get ready to breathe. Asana in Patanjali Sutras just means seat. You need a sturdy seat in order to breathe in breath practice and to do meditation. So American exercise yoga, you've seen, when you hear the word yoga, you think of people, with their foot behind their head or doing a split and all of the different kinds of poses. But asana really means the seat. And so we're going to do some practices to make the seat what Patanjali wants it to be. He only describes it once. He says it's strong enough to be easy. Because if it's easy, you don't have to think about it while you're breathing and meditating. So we're going to work on that. But first, let's bring some awareness to our breath. So find a good starting seat. If you have a sturdy chair, dining room chair with some weight, or a desk chair, that's best. You certainly don't want wheels, and you don't want anything that will tip over. So it needs to be a little bit heavy. Come to the very front of your chair so that your sits bones are on the chair. Your pelvis is a diamond where the front, your pubic bone is the front of the diamond, your tailbone is the back, and these 2 bones that we call the sits bones are the outer edges of your pelvic triangle, your pelvic opening. So find those bones, let your thighs be free of the chair, knees and feet are hip width apart, and your knees are directly over your ankles. If you look down your knee, you should be pointing at your foot. In this way, we keep our knees safe and strong. So, find that pose in your chair. And then, very gently, without actually sliding them, just pull your feet a little toward the chair and feel how your pelvis tilts and your ribs lift a little. Your collarbone lifts, and then you can lift your chin a little if that's comfortable. Take a long, gentle inhale, and then on exhale, close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, little slits, look at the floor. Bring your attention to the breath traveling through your nose. Feel the coolness of the inhale. Feel the warmth of the exhale. Trace that feeling back as far as you can in your nose. Can you feel the coolness at the back of your nose? And then feel it replaced with the warmth. And then change your focus to your throat. Can you feel the coolness of the inhale as it travels through your throat? Feel the warmth. Let that focus go. Bring your attention down to your chest, front, back, sides. Slow, gentle inhale. Where do you feel the coolness now? Do you feel it? Feel how your chest expands. And then direct your attention down to your belly. Feel how breathing changes your belly shape. Let that focus go, and then bring your thumb to the bottom of your breastbone, and then just lay the center of your palm in between your navel and your breastbone. And feel the breath moving under the center of your palm. For most folks, the sensation is going down on inhale, and then back up on exhale. And then let that focus go. What you're feeling under your palm is your diaphragm moving up and down. And your diaphragm is right in front of your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the major nerve system in the general nervous system for regulating your cardiac, respiratory, your entire nervous system as well. So when we breathe long and smooth, we're stroking that vagal nerve and taking our nervous system into the opposite of fight or flight. Sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight, and our culture teaches you to stay there most of the time. So yoga gives you a vehicle to come over to the parasympathetic system, which is the tend and befriend system, where you can take care of yourself. So let's keep that in mind, that the long, smooth breaths we're using are stroking that vagus nerve and regulating our nervous system. So let's put that into practice a little bit. Let's combine breath and movement to begin to develop an understanding of how how the whole body moves. So let your hands just hang down. You don't want to slump, but you don't want a military posture either. Somewhere right in the middle. Let them hang down. We're going to exhale here and then inhale as you raise your arms. Keep your shoulders and neck soft. And then we exhale our way back down. You're using your upper back to lift your arms. Inhale takes you up. And exhale takes you back down. Now, pause there for a moment. Everyone breathes at a different rate. So, the best thing to do now is to pause your video and try a few. Try how slowly you can inhale and raise your arms. How slowly you can exhale and lower your arms. It won't be the same as my pace. Your pace is right for you. So please try that for a couple of minutes. So, after you finish, bring that to stillness and you finish, I want you to just take a moment to notice how you feel. Before you go from one asana preparation to another, make sure that you're feeling okay. Remember, no pain, no pain. So, in moving our arms up and down, we've sort of checked out that our upper back is willing to be part of the process. Let's check out from the ribs down at this point. So I'm going to place my feet a little bit wider than they were. I want to make lots of space for a forward bend. Put my hands on my knees, palms on the knees, straight back. Don't jut your ribs out, straight back. And from here, we're going to inhale and then exhale forward. Use your hands to keep your knees apart. Be straight as long as you can. And then when you have to, start to curl down. We're going to stay here for a minute to learn something about what else breath can do. Direct your attention to your low back and take a long, gentle inhale here. As you exhale, your belly will soften and you can begin to feel how your spine is hanging from your tailbone. Now direct your attention to your mid-back. Inhale here. And as you exhale, soften your upper belly and let the hanging from the tailbone go all the way up again. Then breathe into your shoulders and upper back. And on exhale, soften shoulders. Let your neck be limp and soft. And let your head hang free. Notice how that feels. Before you come up, I want you to take a big inhale. Exhale. And then inhale the whole time you're coming up. Inhale your way up again. To be safe, whenever your head is lower than your heart, inhale will help you to not feel dizzy when you come back up. So, could you feel the way breath lets you firm up your low back, and then the exhale helped you to soften your belly and let the stretch happen, the flexibility just naturally occur? That's what you're looking for. Let's bring our feet and knees back to hip width apart. Again, draw your feet in just enough to get that angle. Let your spine be long and your chin, well, your jaw's about level with the ground. If you had no pain when we did the forward bend, then we're going to put together the arms and the forward bend. If you did have pain, I want you to respect your body. Remember, no pain, no pain. And go back to doing it with your hands. Because if you're uncomfortable at any point, your hands and arms can support you and help you make a choice. So, again, you've just finished another small practice, so I'd like you to take a moment and notice how you feel. Notice. Just do a little body scan. Start at your toes and just go up. What are you noticing? What sensations are you perceiving? You need that segue from one practice to another just to make sure that you're okay and notice what's feeling good. So let's put it all together now. Let's put together the arm motion with the forward bend. But we're back to knees and feet hip width apart. So arms are down at your sides. Remember, not hunched, not military pose, somewhere in between. And if you like, you can turn your palms forward. Exhale here and inhale up. And then hinging at the hips, exhale forward. Exhaling the whole time. When you're lying on your thighs, let your arms come down and rest fingertips alongside the heels and let your head hang. When you're coming back up again, first bring the arms and head up and then come back up from the hips. I'll show you one more of those just to make sure that you're safe. We're going to exhale down, hinging at the hips, lying on your thighs. The fingers will come down to the heels and the head will hang. Then inhale back up. And then when you finish, you would exhale down. So I'd like you to try a few of those at your breath pace. So if your breath is quicker, your movement's going to be a little quicker. Both of them. The breath pattern you have right now is the one that's best for your body. So let's respect it. Try a few of those on your own. So, once again, you're going to maybe become tired of hearing me say notice, but I'm going to say that a lot. Notice your body now. What do your shoulders feel like? Do you notice any sensation in the hips? What about your arms and hands? Just notice. So to conclude our asana portion, I want you to remember a few things. 1, yoga never hurts. Ahimsa, no harm. 2, breath is an incredibly important part of movement. So you want to think about moving with your breath, but I'll always give you directions for how to do that. And lastly, that all the things we're doing are preparing us for asana, remember, which means seat. We're going to remain seated for the pranayama practice, which is available on the next video.